بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today our lecture is going to be about Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi and the 10th of Ashura. Now we have few scholars specifically from the Middle East. They're proposing, based on some narration they're proposing that Imam Hussein was with 40,000 soldiers. They were fighting Yazid, and Yazid, he had approximately 95,000 plus people from Roma. At that time he got even an army equal to 45,000 soldier, and they were together almost 150,000 soldier fighting the soldier of Imam Hussein. There were almost 40,000 soldier. So when the scholars start proposing these narrations, and then he's trying to say that those narrations are right, and what happened to Imam Hussein is all the narration that we had before is fake, and so on, and then this battle was almost up to 9 days. I mean, like the 6 last days for between the 6th of Muharram and the 10th of Muharram, and all what we had is fake narration, and all these things made a confusion for many people. And I made an Arabic lecture showing that all this narration are fake, based on proofs from the Quran al-Kareem and proofs from the science of al-Jifr and the numbers, that the Quran has the essence. It's one of the old sacred knowledges that Amir al-Mu'minin salamullah alayhi before he taught us, but it would remain till this moment fully as a secret. This confusion, when they start people sending me this, it was very confused. Many people start to be very confused. They start saying why this is happening. I mean, after listening to Ashura all these years, now suddenly we have a different story, and this story is changing now between time and time, and they're doing different upgrade for it and so on, and this is start to shake the belief for some brothers and sisters. And as I mentioned, I want now to present some proofs just to defend the old narrations about Ashura. For me to defend, as you know, after all those lectures, I always depend on certain knowledge. I do not go bring different, the narration of Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi having only few, like up to 89 or 98 or 70 or 72, based on some narration, soldier like his companions, and they were martyred. There were plenty. There's many narration. But if I wanna go back to this scholar and I'll tell him, all what you're presenting is fake and the old narration is new, he's not gonna be convinced, because he tried his best to fight this idea. What I'm trying to do now is, let's go and open few secrets about what exactly some du'as mean, the du'a that Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim sent us. The first du'a is du'a warith, ziyarat warith, the ziyarah of warith. If we read it before, many times we pass by the wording, but we don't really understand what they are. Specifically when the dua said Assalamu alayka ya waritha Ibrahim Khalilullah, it means peace be upon you, peace be upon you, the who inherited Ibrahim alayhi salam, the companion of God, Khalilullah. This is how, if you want to translate it from Arabic to English. And this translation, even this wording, the word itself, it has a lot of meanings. I asked many scholars what exactly mean. He said, because he was a prophet and so on, and he carried on his message, and Imam Hussein fought for his message and everything. But when Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim, they send us this teaching, when we have a certain name, then Allah Azza wa Jal, through Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, through Ahlul Bayt, they're trying to show us a system. Like the Quran al-Karim, if you open the Quran al-Karim and you see a certain name, like for example Abu Lahab, the uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Many people, they're still thinking that the translation, or they're still thinking that the meaning of Abu Lahab is only the uncle. It's not the system. And I showed you many times before that the Quran al-Karim does not expire. There's no expiration for any ayah. And if a single ayah expired and it's not used anymore, then the Quran al-Karim is useless. And wal'ayadhu billah, we cannot find anything in the Quran al-Karim that can be expired. Everything always walk on the way that Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim and Allah Azza wa Jal want us based on the dates, because the Quran walk on currently life, what's happening exactly now, and so on. And this is very important always to remember it, because all the atheists, they focus on the Quran al-Karim to prove it and to say the Quran al-Karim is not functionable anymore. It's an old book, old script, and does not fit anything. So Abu Jahl or Abu Lahab that mentioned in the Quran al-Karim is a system that Abu Lahab was an example for. Same thing for in the dua. When he said Assalamu alayka ya waritha Ibrahim Khalilillah, we specifically is speaking about inheritance of Ibrahim alayhi salam, inheritance of Imam Hussein. He inherited Ibrahim alayhi salam, and this inheritance is currently on the specific thing that Ibrahim alayhi salam did. طيب, what exactly Ibrahim alayhi salam did for him to be this systematical, specifically in this dua? Let's look at the narration that Ibrahim alayhi salam, and then his story, what exactly happened. If we look at the beginning, when he was revolting against the Numrud of his time, the dictator, the king, the monarchy that was taken over his time, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Abraham, what happened is he started preaching for God, that there is only one God, and so on. And the Quran al-Karim has many things inside that, and many things that showing us this. So the first thing that Ibrahim alayhi salam that has something an attachment with Imam Hussein salamullah is the revolting against the dictatorship, or against the monarchy. This is the first thing. What happened exactly? Look how the proof is comparable, because Allah Azza wa Jal will not make a narration for a prophet in the Quran without having the meaning that fit their current days. When Ibrahim alayhi salam he revolted, what happened is they bring Ibrahim alayhi salam, and then they wanted him to submit for Numrud as a god, and he refused that. So Numrud ordered all the people to gather wood sticks together, and then they put a lot of wood sticks that when they turned the fire on it, some narration said that the fire that was lit from wood sticks, if a bird will pass by it, above it, immediately will be burned. And this is to show you how the fire was very strong, and how the fire was mighty in their way and in their form, because you want to show him that he's God and he's controlling everyone, and you want to make everyone fear inside this city. So as a sign to make everyone to fear him, to become like a fearless person, fearless monarchy, he decided to do so. And then, because they could not put Ibrahim alayhi salam immediately in a fire, because people will start burning, they used the tool, I think they call it caterpillars. They put him on this and the head, and then they throw him in it. They throw him, so he flew, and then he went inside the fire. Type. Where I'm going? Some people they say, we already know this story. Why you mention it specifically in this over here? When I told you, when Allah Azza wa Jal he ordered, because anything Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim say, or Rasulullah sallallahu alayhim said, it is by the acceptance of God. It is by the knowledge of God. Allah Azza wa Jal ordered them to put it there for us, because one day He knew this is what's gonna happen. And if we don't use the knowledge to filter all this, specifically in this years, I mean, we have a lot of knowledge floating around, and this knowledge sometimes lead you to disbelieve anymore in a system, in what exactly the religion saying, because there's so many narration that conflicting with each other, and you don't really know who to follow. So now we're gonna follow science, because science is the proof, specifically science al-Arfan. Okay, what's happened here? What exactly Namrud did? Look, I mentioned the story, but I wanna now make the reflection to Imam Hussein salamullah. He gathered wood sticks, a lot of them, to kill one person. Even though he could use this technique that he can put just one wood, or he can put him on a tree, he can tie him to a tree, and then he can put a few woods under him and then lit it, and then he will be burned immediately. But he wanna show him how mighty he is. Look at Yazid la'natullah alayhi, what he did. He sent a lot of woods. I will tell you why I said woods. Let's say Surah in the Quran al-Karim, to show you that it is there. It is showing us every single day that the Quran al-Karim is mentioning all the meanings, all the dimensions. When he said Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab, Surah al-Masad, if we open it, I'm gonna translate it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Tabbat yada aba lahabin wa tab, ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. I'll translate this. He said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let me open the translation. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. It's not opening, so anyway. Okay, well, what he's saying, he's saying, he's talking to Abu Lahab, saying because he put all the woods and in the front door of the Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he's talking about his money, because he had a lot of money, and all his money he's using it against the will of Allah Azza wa Jal. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, he's promising him that one day he's gonna put him in hellfire. And then he said about his wife Hammalatul Hatab, she carried wood sticks over here, because she used to help him do all his bad deeds. If we translate this, like as I mentioned before, Abu Lahab is presenting a system that going against the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, and this system still exists till this moment. Abu Lahab is represented by big systems, those corporations that still till this moment, and those feeding the fire upon Muslims, and feeding the fire about, you know, what's happening now in all the TV medias and all those commercials that go against Islams and Muslims. And then he said, wa imra'atuhu hammalat al-hatab. Who is the imra'atuhu for these days? Imra'atuhu is the life, hayatul dunya, the life that we live in. Allah Azza wa Jalla always mention hayatul dunya as a hiya. Hiya mean female. And Allah Azza wa Jalla, few narration through Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he kept describing al-hayatul dunya as a female, because in the way how it is, he goes to people, how people are, they want to follow her always, because they think that she's so beautiful. She show them so many things, the blings that she show, the hayatul dunya, and people will lose their mind over the money and over the wealth and over the power. In reality, this is all fake. This is all just dimensional. It doesn't exist anymore when you die. But why he said imra'atuhu hammalatul hatab? Because hayatul dunya is the imra'atuhu, because she is with those people. You ever wondered why those people are so rich always? Why those people are so powerful always? Because Allah Azza wa Jal, he gave them hayatul dunya on earth, and he gave the hayatul akhirah hereafter for the mu'mineen, because hereafter is always gonna stay forever and ever and ever, and in hayatul dunya is only gonna stay those few years, and it's gonna be done. So when he said hammalatul hatab, she carried those woods. The people who follow hayatul dunya on earth are the woods, because they don't have anything anymore inside them except being a burning flame for hayatul dunya. And the people who fight Imam Hussein, they were burning flames, because they sold themselves devil. And if you see this meaning, you will comprehend immediately where I'm going to. I'm going toward that those people are the woods for hayatul dunya. They were burning for Imam Hussein. And Imam Hussein, before his death, he looked at them, he started crying. He said, I'm crying because I see all those people. Look how many, maybe 70,000 of soldiers are going to hellfire because of me, because they want to kill me, because they don't want to understand, because I'm there standing for them, and then all what they're doing is they sold themselves to the devil. So at this moment we can comprehend that when we said Assalamu alayka ya waritha Ibrahim Khalilullah, ya waritha, yani he inherited this from Ibrahim, where all those people were the real woods. They're burning themselves, while he was in the middle, he was the heaven that nobody can burn him. This is the first proof that the narration that this scholar mentioned is very fake. It's not true. And this is the very good proof that we can show him and show everyone that when we say Assalamu alayka wa waritha Ibrahim, this is where it's reflecting. Now I'm gonna give even a better explanation, a better proof that Allah Azza wa Jal embedded it in the Quran al-Kareem for us to see it. But because we are always so busy with Hayat al-Dunya and so on, we forgot about it. If we open the narration, we say that most of the narration talking about Surah Al-Fajr as Surah describing Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi. From the very beginning of Surah Al-Fajr at the very end, it's describing the way that Imam Hussein went, what he's revolting against, and so on, and all what happened to Ahl al-Bayt, and when they took their land from Sayyidah al-Zahra, فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ. All the yatim, he spoke about the yatim, he spoke about the money that were taken. It's inside Surah Al-Fajr. At the very end he said, Ya ayatuha nafsul mutma'inna, oh the pure nafsul mutma'inna. Who is pure from us? So Allah Azza wa Jal tell us that he's talking specifically here about Imam Hussein salamullah alayh. And if you look at Surah Al-Fajr, it's something unique in it, something very beautiful. What is it? It is numbered and labeled as 89 from the Quran al-Kareem. If you open the Quran al-Kareem, the Surah Al-Fajr is number 89. Let's open the narration from the people who narrated about Karbala and Ashura. How many exactly there were inside Karbala and Ashura? How many soldiers for Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi? We open few narration. One of them is 72. One of them is 79. One of them is 82. And one of them is, this is the unique one, is for Tariq al-Mas'udi. He wrote in his book that there were 87 soldiers. They were martyred with Al-Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayh. And if you look more closely, you say that Al-Muslim ibn Aqil, he was with them, because he was the first one who went there and he represented Imam Hussein. And if we counted Imam Hussein himself, there would be 89 people. 89 people that were martyred in the day of Ashura. And this is get very close to Surah Al-Fajr. Surah Al-Fajr, not just very close, it's exactly the same number. It is 89 labeled in the Quran Al-Kareem. And the even more unique thing about it, before someone say this is maybe something, this has happened like that, maybe it's like, who knows, it's a beginner's luck. When they say, when you do something like very accurately by numbers, they will say maybe it happened like this. Why you wanna make it connected? It is more unique that Surah Al-Fajr inside it has 30 verses, ayat inside Surah Al-Fajr, while Imam Hussein died with him 29 from his. There were 29 from his family, from the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Look how unique is that. And Imam Hussein was the number 30, where at the end of Surah Al-Fajr he said, Ya ayyatuha nafs al-mutma'inna. It's like specifically he's talking about Al-Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi. And this will show there were only 89 people that were martyred during that time, not 40,000 people like this narration. This scholar is mentioning those narration. And then will leave the 59 from the people who were with Imam Hussein. All the Sahab, the companions, there were 59, and there were 30 from the other one. from the family of Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi. This is the second proof. The third proof, and this is the most important proof that I want you to learn from it, and this is maybe the second time or maybe the first time in the English language I mention it, that all the Imams when they were martyred, they were with two Imams at the same time, not just one, not alone. I'll tell you when. For example, when Amir al-Mu'minin salamullah alayhi, he was martyred. Amir al-Mu'minin Ali ibn Abi Talib, he was martyred. Imam Hassan and Hussein were with him. They were with him. He was because we have a narration from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every Imam will give the other Imam after him all the seals of the prophets and the awliya and the Imams. He will give him everything, all the inherited seals, and most of them are from the spiritual seals. Yani a person who knows a little bit about spirituality, he know that always he's given like something like rings or something, masbaha or rosary, if we say it, and it's given not physically, it's given inside the dreams or inside, all those things. And Imams, he will give all those inherited things from the Prophet salamullah alayhi and from the awliya to the Imam after him. And then the other Imam, the second Imam, will be witnessing that, because he's gonna be after. So even Imam Rida, when he was martyred, we have narrations said that two people came in on horses, and they sprayed on Imam Rida, and they talked to Imam Rida while he's dead, but they were talking to him, and then they buried him and they left, and nobody knew who they are. And I'm telling you now, those ones are the Imams after Imam Rida, and every Imam always stay for the next Imam with two Imams. So Imam Zayn al-Abidin was attending Ashura, because this scholar now, he is promoting that Imam Zayn al-Abidin, he was not with Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi, and he was standing in Medina. He was waiting for Sayyidah Zainab to come, and he was not witnessing. He didn't witness Ashura completely, and this is start shaking the belief inside many brothers and sisters. They said, how this can be? Imams, there's many narration about Imam Zayn al-Abidin. He would start walking and talking to people, and even spoke to Yazid, and people were crying. But this person and this scholar now, they start translating all what he said about this. Even the people who speak in the English language, when they heard about it, they start getting confused, saying, this is right, doesn't make sense, and so on. Excuse me. Does this make sense? So I'm showing now that every Imam during his before he got martyred, they should have two Imams, and this is proven from many narration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even Rasulullah, when he got martyred, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib and Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, they were attending. When Imam Ali were martyred, Imam Hassan Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein were attending. When Imam Hassan he was martyred, Imam Hussein, Imam Zayn al-Abidin was attending, and so on and so on and so on and so on. This is the third proof and the final proof that I wanted brother and sister to show you. Now we are in this age with many fitness, and we need to always be smart. We need to always be laid back. When you hear something, do not immediately express your anger, express your happiness, or so on. Always let's try to prove it from the Quran al-Kareem. Allah Azza wa Jal, He put many proofs, like I showed you from Surah Al-Fajr. He put many, not why people, they said the Quran should be very easy. It is very easy for the people who want to take it easy. It is very hard for the people who want to really think about it. It is very beautiful, the people who touch the beauty in it. It is very informal for the people who want it to be informal. Because this is the miracle of the Quran al-Karim. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal said you cannot bring something like it. And even just a narration for Ahlul Bayt Salamullah alayhim, it will still give us always the answers that we always seek. Inshallah, I'm gonna do more lectures about Ashura, very beautiful secrets that I will reveal inshallah, and I will start publishing them on YouTube. I'll be waiting for your questions, inshallah, and hopefully I delivered it the way you like it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.